evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome back to I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In, the podcast where we sit down with New England-based actors to discuss the craft of acting, projects they've done, things they've learned along the way, tales from the set, and tips on how to get your foot in the door. As always, our show is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection. And so, without further ado, please welcome the lovely and talented Liz Bishop.
Liz Bishop, the matriarch of the Boston acting scene. Possibly the matriarch of the New England acting scene. How would you feel about that as a title?
I'm not that old.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I read old on camera, sure. No, you know what? That's an honor. Mm-hmm. I will take that. I don't think I've earned it. There are a lot of granddames that have come before me, mm-hmm. are still out there doing the thing. Mm-hmm. I will admit to being someone who's been very active and ever present in the past 5 years. Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of things. Mm-hmm. But matriarch...
See, I think matriarch because you mentor so many people, because you help so many people, because so many people look up to you. That's why I think of you as the matriarch of the acting scene.
Okay, with that definition, yes, I am very proud of the fact that I am pretty much an open book. I want to help people. If what I've done resulted in a bit of success for me, I truly, truly want to help other people see things from my perspective and hopefully achieve what they would term success. Mm-hmm. Yes, so I will take that then.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's unfortunate that it was Kevin Spacey who said it, but the quote is, if you're lucky enough to make it to the top, it's your responsibility to send the elevator back down. And I always thought of that. And I think of you, what I think of that, because you have made it, you've made it further than most.
I have been extremely fortunate.
Yes.
Because I have also done a shit ton of work.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
No, work before getting booked.
Right.
Learning. Just, I told my husband, I think it was about 2019.
Okay.
This will be like me going back to grad school, but there's no books, there's no syllabus. It's the Wild West, and I have to learn absolutely everything on my own, just pulling it out of thin air, connecting and networking, and then I've utilized that to find a modicum of success, and then I share that formula with anybody of any age. I definitely do that. I meet with a lot of people who just want to chit-chat, and I'm all about that.
Modicum.
I know. You know, SATs. If we go back to our high school educations, you know,
Sure.
Some words you just can't forget.
No, I certainly, that's true, but the fact that you're referring to your success as a modicum is baffling to me. But we see your success from different lenses. Because I see all of the work that you've done, I see all of the amazing things that you've been in, all of that, and you're just the little engine that could. You're just going to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. But you've created an extraordinary legacy. So
it's thanks to you with PNN, obviously.
Thank you.
That I've been set free to have fun. This is such a release for me. So I don't know how many episodes I've done for PNN yet, but
it's in the 30s. You're in the Silver Niners Club.
It's a lot, and I love it so much. And I get such great satisfaction out of coming to play. And that's fabulous. Because all the work that, and thank you, all the work that people don't see that amount to a credit for a TV show or a movie, that's the hard work. Being on set is the play. Mm-hmm. And in the grand scheme of things, there's still more to do. There's still goals, bucket list items to be hit, but I have been damn fortunate. I have been so lucky. The universe has rewarded me. I've said this before. For the 40 years that I denied myself the freedom to explore this as a creative outlet. And I'm loving it.
Do you want us to get sued?
Oh, sorry. You can bleep that out.
No, I'll leave that. I like it. So there are a million talking points I want to get to, but while we're on this subject, do you wish you had started sooner?
Oh, absolutely. I feel I did the plays in high school. Mm-hmm. I wanted to major in theater. Mm-hmm. My parents said, no effing way. Of course, they didn't speak like that back then. But I was the dutiful daughter that said, okay, what should I be when I grow up? And they knew who I was. I was that kid that literally signed myself up for the dance contests at the mall on a Saturday afternoon. Like, Mom, oh my God, yeah, I want to do that. Let's do it. You put your name on a list, whatever. Maybe you pay $5, 1974, whatever it was. And I'm the one that showed up in a belly dancing outfit and belly danced to rock music. I did not win the contest, but I was that out there kid that absolutely wanted to be performing. It was in me and it had to get out. And my parents had no idea what to do with that. So when I went to college and they were still like putting a choker hold on me, I'm like, okay, fine. You're right. It's frivolous and I need to earn a living. So had I started earlier, I just, my dear friend Meryl Streep, mm-hmm. she would have had some competition perhaps. But now I'm so delayed in my development. Mm-hmm. I do go up against other women my age that have been at it for 40 years. And it's an impossibility if all things are equal. Looks, acting ability. They're going to take the person with the deeper resume every time. Mm-hmm. Because every job, all boats rise. Mm-hmm. So the more people that are on your production that have more coverage before a certain gig or have a larger network, it's going to make that production more successful. So I so wish I would have jumped into on camera many years before I did, 5 years ago.
Well, two thoughts. First, I can see you doing that now, signing up for the dance contest at the mall and showing up in a belly dancing outfit and dancing to rock music. I can totally see that happening, like, today. The other thing is, there's no way to know that you were emotionally ready for the journey any earlier than when you started. Is that fair?
Wow, we're getting deep already?
Well, sure.
What is the phrase? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Mm-hmm. I do fervently believe in the universe rewarding what you're ready for and seeing the signs. And my eyes were definitely opened after the death of my last parent. I was realizing I could now truly be who I wanted to be. It's deep, isn't it?
Well, so in a way, the death of your last parent set you free from the constraints that they had set on you in your youth, which I think happens for a lot of people.
Damn straight.
I certainly hope it happens for a lot of people, because a lot of people are being held down, and they shouldn't be. I agree. I think all things happen in their own time, and so The important thing is that you are where you are now, which is on this amazing podcast.
All roads have led to this fabulous
to this
podcast.
moment. Yes, this is the pinnacle right here. It's all downhill.
What's the name of this thing again?
I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In is the name of that thing. So it's hard to imagine that there are people who don't know you. But for those who don't, let's set the table for them a little bit. So you were born in Cincinnati, Ohio, Midwest girl, Ursuline Academy in Blue Ash.
Wow, I am so impressed at your team that did their research. Yes, Ursuline Academy, an all-girls school. Love it. I'm connected with the class of 81 still. 81 has more fun. And, yeah, what a great group of girls, single-sex education. There were like 118 of us. Humble beginnings.
Mm-hmm. And you did shows there?
Yes, and all-girls school, so we had to also play the male roles.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, who was I in Babes in Toyland? I don't know. I was not Uncle Barnaby. I can't remember who I was, but yeah, I had to play the guy parts until senior year. Then somebody said, hey, let's invite the brother school over to be in the show. So that's how I got a prom date for senior prom. Matt, great fun. Yes, we did Pure as the Driven Snow.
Uh-huh.
He was some evil guy, and I was the matriarch of that melodrama. It's funny how it comes around.
Yeah, it really is. It took till senior year for someone to think, hey, let's bring the boys over?
I don't, it's a very conservative town, Cincinnati. And yes, I think on one hand, we had a smoking patio where the girls would go out and lay in the sun with their album covers covered in foil to just, get their cancer on.
Ah, sure.
And smoke at the same time to get that cancer on. But so a bit of liberal in that regard. But yeah, it was crazy that it was spring of my senior year that the first boys set foot onto our stage.
And what was that integration like?
So we had heard of boys before.
Sure.
But, seeing them in the flesh as an adolescent teen was quite a thrill.
Sure.
So, and then performing with them on stage also quite a thrill. Yeah, there were some interesting stories that happened, but we don't want to bore the audience about that because what we want to talk about is how I got the fuck out of Cincinnati.
Yes, well, sure, of course we want to. I just want to state it for the record that I don't think those stories would bore the audience, but we can move ahead to Miami of Ohio for college.
Yep.
Acting there as well?
Yeah. What a fabulous 4-year continuation of high school.
Was it the high school after high school?
It was the high school after high school with boys.
Aha. So it was already integrated. You didn't have to wait till senior year.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it was didn't have to wear a uniform, no curfew. Times were great at Miami of Ohio.
Yeah.
For sure. Yes, and I did a little bit of college radio. Mm-hmm. A friend of mine at Xavier University was doing radio, and so I started cutting my teeth in that arena, which was what an education.
Sure, yeah.
Doing weather and the news.
Mm-hmm. And that, of course, led you to Radio Luxembourg. That's how you got the fuck out of Ohio.
Radio Luxembourg, 208, Great Britain. Yes.
Still with you. Still with you in the archives. Still
England,
with you.
Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Radio Luxembourg. Anyway, yes.
I hope there are people who remember that.
Nobody's going to remember that. It was, however, a radio station that was beamed around the world on shortwave after midnight because it was cheap.
Aha, interesting.
So Radio Luxembourg was a radio station that was set up on the continent during World War II. To beam information back to the UK. And then it never went away. Some liken it to pirate radio, which was very popular off the coast of the United Kingdom. Radio Caroline. people were literally on boats because it was illegal to beam rock and roll music on into the UK. But we were actually a sanctioned radio station. It's now defunct, which is sad. Wow. It was a place where I was able to do comedy bits, drop-ins, ads, whatever they needed, which was wonderful. Got to travel to do interviews. Got to see Queen at Wembley, the old Wembley. I know, and got a backstage pass. I mean, it stuck to your your pants or your shirt. It was 8 inches by 5 inches wide. It was huge. Yeah, and to try to get interviews and stuff. I did a lot of coverage for the radio station to have interviews to drop in. Mm-hmm. Fascinating time. Just to be in Europe in the 80s. My gosh, I just loved it. And I was out of Ohio.
Yeah. I mean, you were already off the leash at college, so now you were that much further off the leash in Luxembourg.
Right. And at the time, I had started a sandwich delivery service called Snack Attack.
Of course you did.
And so I learned Luxembourgish, mm-hmm. which is not a written language. Okay. Had gone there for my student teaching. My final semester of school is the practicum experience to teach grade school. Mm-hmm. And about 2 weeks at the American International School of Luxembourg, I met a gentleman who was enamored with all things American. And we started chatting at coffee shops and brainstorming business ideas. And we started Snack Attack. And that's how I met my future husband. Now we've been married 35 years in October.
Congratulations.
And yeah, I was on just a different trajectory back then.
But that was the genesis of your voiceover career.
Yes. Well, let's now jump from Luxembourg to Boston.
Okay.
So while at Radio Luxembourg, I was doing recordings for the station. When I came back to America, got a job at a startup, mm-hmm. and became the "please hold, someone will be with you shortly" voice for the startup.
That's very good.
I can sound like a robot, but now the robots do it for me.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
So if you're at a startup, this was the go-go 80s, and this is why I really loved and recommend the Steve Jobs book that came out. It's thick enough to stun an ox. That was our life in the 80s in Boston at a startup with venture capitalists and getting a product off the ground. The company was Individual Incorporated. The product was a precursor to Google. It was a search engine mm-hmm. that delivered business information on demand to people's newly minted email boxes mm-hmm. back in the day. And because you're in startup mode, every penny counts. And so I had to be the person to do the voicemail system for the people that would call in, and then the IVR, the Interactive Voice Response System. You said Monday. Please press 1 for, that type of thing. Did you say 3? Whatever. So that was a fascinating, eye-opening thing for me because I really, really enjoyed that type of work, going to a studio, talking into a mic for 6 hours, and saying every day of the week, every number on the planet, every month of the year. It was a bit kludgy, but again, these were startup times, the Wild West. We had to reinvent the wheel. Mm-hmm. When I left that job, I looked within and I said, I really, really loved doing voiceover. I loved being at the radio station, mm-hmm. and I loved the work at the studio for the IVR. That's what I'm going to do. And I put out my shingle and I cut a demo tape and I said, I'm going to be Liz Bishop, industrial voice talent. It's like janitor in a drum, but it's Liz in a booth. Nobody knows what janitor in a drum is anywhere. But
It's just such a deep cut, such a deep reference. So I was like, wow, okay.
But you would get it. So look it up, people. Google it. So I was very, very, very happy creating, being the person who would be the reliable voice for that every time someone would call into a business, if they ever had to change their address or the new CEO's name, for sales, press 1. Mm-hmm. And I took great pride in delivering a product that was consistent. Mm-hmm. And I have done that for now pushing 30 years. Yes, 35 years. Losing the thread. Mm-hmm. But AI is taking over. And unfortunately, that started to wane as my on-camera presence began to wax. So wax on, wax off. It's funny how the universe works. Mm-hmm. Because I loved VO. I had a great book of business. I still have people that come back to the well. But I don't go chasing those jobs. That doesn't interest me anymore. Mm-hmm. I am just so thrilled and fulfilled with delving into the on-camera work. And I used to do community theater, but that also takes a lot of time. Mm. Have I jumped ahead too many years on your syllabus? No. Your timeline?
No. Well, I mean, the timeline can be whatever we want it to be. You can jump all over the place. It's fine with me. I just want people to know the real Liz Bishop.
Ooh. Well, if you've seen me, people, if you've looked at Instagram or Facebook and saw the pictures of me doing the Substance episode for PNN, what you see is what you get, people.
I can verify. I can verify that.
And I need to say that he has a look on his face as though the litter box was just shoved in here under his nose, because I had to be real and raw. And I like to think that's who I am, because I don't color my hair. I booked a commercial, 2-day shoot, portraying a cancer survivor. It was going to be 1 day happy shoot, 1 day sad shoot, mm-hmm. Turning the corner. Mm-hmm. And the director did me a great favor. Day 1 was the sad day, and he said, I've booked you because you can perform subtle expressions and emotions, because I can tell you've not used Botox. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess that's a compliment. For me, that's a compliment.
Sure.
Because I booked. So that's a compliment. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he recognized that, what you see is what you get with me, man. Mm-hmm. That's just it.
I can confirm that as well.
No Botox.
No
Not in my face.
No Botox, no bullshit. That's the Liz Bishop tagline that I just came up with.
Oh, well, let's trademark that.
Okay. So timeline-wise, so you did the voiceover stuff while you were raising your family.
It was the perfect career because I could do it at night when the kids were already in bed. Mm-hmm. I could be the ubiquitous volunteer for every school and town project. Mm-hmm. I was busy raising the family, doing the kid thing.
Right. And so then when you really jumped into acting, the kids were already grown and off on their own, so you could focus on it.
Just 5 years ago for on-camera work.
5 years.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I know.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah. There's been a lot crammed into that 5 years.
Yeah. Because 2019 was when I did so much background work. That was my year, my foundational education on major Hollywood productions and how they ran.
You consider this your Act 3 of life. How many acts are there?
Ooh. Wow. Is it a Mammoth play?
It is now.
Well, I don't know. How long can one fret and strut their hour upon the stage?
I don't know either.
No one knows. And that's what's remarkable. Act 3 can stretch on, could end before I get home today. I don't know.
I certainly hope not.
It was catchy for me because, Act 1 was where I was the student, the child, the dutiful, community person. Then it's the wife and mother, ubiquitous volunteer. And this is just the fun, the what I was meant to be doing part. But I couldn't get to Act 3 without having experienced Act 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be determined or to be continued?
Okay. So Act 3, it could be the final act, but it could go on and on and on. I certainly hope it does. Let's talk about the work. Your resume was the resume that I found was updated in March. Okay?
I haven't had time.
We're recording this in August, but you have 37 film credits, including The Holdovers and Little Women.
Wow.
You have 14 TV credits, including The Walking Dead, Kevin Can Fuck Himself, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Defending Jacob. You have 20 commercial credits, including LL Bean and Jack Daniel's Whiskey, and 5 theater credits, including The Music Man and Annie Get Your Gun. And you have 10 upcoming projects already in the pipeline.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So.
and you wonder why I showed up today going, I'm a little tired.
A little tired?
Yeah. Okay, Lomer.
Yes.
Don't believe absolutely everything you read, number one. 2 things. Thank you for that rundown of the resume. When you say Little Women is on my resume,
mm-hmm.
that is something that does not go on a professional resume
mm-hmm.
because I was a background artist, not background actor. The term is not actor, it's artist because it's also synonymous with extra.
Mm-hmm.
And as a professional actor,
mm-hmm.
it is verboten to put background work on a professional resume. But yes, I could not fathom my good fortune to be selected to be on Greta Gerwig's Little Women multiple days, which meant in background multiple wardrobe opportunities, multiple scenes, and it's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon,
mm-hmm.
and I did background for City on a Hill, so I am 1 degree to
mm-hmm.
Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm. That means I'm 2 degrees. Look at me.
Yeah, and he crossed the frame. So see that, and I think that's what counts. He didn't know who I am, but whatever. That's the game we all play.
Mm-hmm.
My most awesome fortune was Eliza Scanlon, one of the Little Women,
mm-hmm.
spoke to me
mm-hmm.
on set, and just lovely. And we're told don't talk to the principals unless they talk to you. So as a newly fledged background artist, finding my way onto that set was just a dream come true that I never, ever, 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 and I'm going to cry, never thought that this kid from Cincinnati would be able to do that. I am just so grateful. Gonna need a Kleenex.
Okay. All right. We normally don't, but...
No, okay, let me just stuff it back in.
No, feel it. Feel it. You were in it and you experienced it and you never imagined you would and you did. So feel it. And take the credit.
Well, it's because of my work with the Sudbury Savoyards and the Savoyard Light Opera Company and the Concord Players, where I was doing theater. because at heart, I am a theater kid.
Mm-hmm.
I did theater while the kids were growing up as well, till the point that I could drag them onto stage with me and have a great excuse to be away from the other kids or the husband for 6 weeks. We're going to do this. Mm-hmm. Great bonding time.
Mm-hmm.
Learning to do the work that's required of theater. I was Effie Crayneck in the Spitfire Grill,
mm-hmm.
which is a 7-person ensemble.
Mm-hmm.
Tight little show. I would recommend that anyone goes to see it. In fact, it's going to be at the Emerson Umbrella coming up. I don't know when it is, but everyone should see it. It's such a remarkable show. And that show did save my life. I booked that after the death of my first parent. So they did not get to see me. My mom did not fly out. Too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that I had got to sing and dance on stage, I think it was a 2 or 3 weekend run, Thursday through Sunday. My whole family, my husband, 3 children, we had booked a trip to go skiing in Colorado. And then I booked this show. And I said, yeah, I'm not going with you guys. I got to live my dream to perform.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In is sponsored by the Parody News Network. Every week, PNN takes aim at a popular movie or TV show and parodies the shit out of it. If you're looking for humor and entertainment, not to mention a break from mainstream news programs, subscribe to the Parody News Network and enjoy watching the news again. Go to youtube.com/Parody News Network to like and comment your little heart out. PNN, your favorite movies and TV shows, satirized for your protection.
And it's just such a great role. I'm the town busybody, which sounds like me now anyway.
Yeah, I can see
I
it.
know I'm jumping around because
That's
the
fine.
emotions are flooding in.
Totally fine.
I have to thank my dear friend Alan Rower from the theater scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he posted on Facebook that, hey, I got picked to do background for Little Women, I'm like, oh my God, is that even a thing? How do I do that? How do you, thank goodness I finally joined Facebook. So, and really, I was a latecomer.
Sure.
So the fact that the universe has these signs and you connect the dots and one gig leads to another, that's what I mean by I don't know when this train is going to come to an end or what's going to happen next. I'm just trying to attune myself to the opportunities
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy it for what it is, a gift.
I would argue that you have earned it. You have earned the opportunity to enjoy the gift. So maybe not so much a gift as because a gift is given as a treasure that you have found is what I would argue. But what do I know?
Mind blown because you're a writer. I am not, but that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And while we're here, let's mention Middlehood. I don't want to accidentally not mention Middlehood. That's brand new for you, and it's terribly exciting. Tell them all about it.
Okay, Middlehood. Again, it's the dots that present themselves. Middlehood is a series, a limited series, 8 episodes that was filmed in Los Angeles a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a woman who is turning 50, and she is caught between her marriage that's on the rocks as well as dealing with her aging parents and the hilarity that ensues with dealing with your brothers and their children. And it's a very interesting slice of life, written by and directed by Michelle Palermo, a lovely woman, because it's a bit of a personal, fictionalized history, telling of her story. And very women-centric, women-forward, and just a delightful series.
All right, everybody watch it. But just finish this and then go watch that. This is very funny to me, and I don't know why. It's not really funny, but I've had older women actresses on the podcast, and
wait, I'm not your first?
No, you are not, but you're the best.
Apologies. These other women are probably my dear friends.
Yes,
so.
they are.
Okay,
yes,
okay.
You know them, and you've worked with them, and you're probably in competition with them for all sorts of roles. But they, like you, on their resumes, have that you drive stick.
Oh yeah,
and that's glorious to me. That's a skill that still exists, and that you find on older actresses' resumes.
Interesting.
But nowhere else.
We have that in common.
Yes. And it's most of the lists are all kinds of crazy things, like bike riding and cycling, and that you have a passport and all this crazy stuff, and then can drive stick shift. It's glorious to me. I love it.
Love it.
I love it. It's like a badge of honor. What are your general thoughts about the Boston/New England acting scene?
General thoughts?
General thoughts. Is it
on camera acting?
Just in general, is it like a happening scene? Is there enough work for everybody? Is it inclusive? Is it hard to break into? That sort of thing.
So my perspective, my time horizon, like I have said, is about 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. In 2018, 2017, no, it was 2018. 2018 was Little Women. Mm-hmm. I don't have any understanding of anything predating that.
Okay.
2019, there were so many productions in town, crazy amount of productions, that they were booking the likes of me, who had no experience. Mm-hmm. Well, Little Women, whatever. They were booking people for background that were beautiful people but had never, ever been on a set before, didn't know you weren't supposed to talk. But there were so many jobs that it was just on fire in 2018, 2019.
Okay.
Gangbusters. Then 2020 happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the world changed. Jobs that had started, maybe finished. I was on a film called Unholy, mm-hmm. where Carrie Ewells extended his hand to me backstage one-on-one. We were alone off at a soundstage in Devon's. I had come off of the set. It was a bit of a break, in search of a bathroom. And I come around the corner, and I walk past the crafty table where I was going to grab a packet of Welch's fruit snacks. So I'm looking over this table, and Carrie, as I call him, no.
Sure.
He is every bit the persona of his Princess Bride character.
Wesley?
Prince Wesley. He steps up to me and extends his hand, and he's wearing full, like, bishop regalia. Mm-hmm. And people, listen up. He has the softest, warmest, plumpest, moistest, just the best handshake on the planet. And he said, "Hi, I'm Carrie." And I look him in the eyes as I'm shaking his hand, saying, "Yes, we all know you're Carrie." I'm Liz. And are you having a good day? He says. And again, I'm a little gobsmacked. Yes, I'm having a great day. I love any day on set's a great day. Little bit of chit-chat back and forth. Keep in mind that I have to pee.
Right. Search of a bathroom.
Right. So So he wanted to talk, and it's just the two of us. There is no one in sight. This was a tent. There was a tent inside of the soundstage, and we were on the outside of the tent. Anyway, at some point, he's like lonely or something because he keeps talking. And I said, Carrie, I should let you enjoy your downtime, your break. Parenthetically, my teeth are floating. So, I had to cut short this lovely, lovely moment. But again, it just electric to be in the presence of someone who's just so humble, so great, so just a real life person. Oh, and he gave the best speech at the end of the wrap for that day. Everyone on that set loved him. But that set had to stop with one more week of shooting because of COVID.
Ouch.
So they came back months later to finish. So 2020, jobs disappeared. Mm-hmm. I was lucky enough to book a job that moved to later in the year. 2021, things were building back up. Mm-hmm. 2022, even more things came back to life. 2023, the writer's strike happened. Things dried up again for 6+ months. We are now in 2025. Boston today, New England market is back to almost 2019 levels.
Really?
There's some good stuff, very busy, lots of opportunities.
Wow.
For professional Hollywood, I would say Hollywood-esque TV shows and film.
Huh. You're the first person to say so.
Maybe it's because I'm possibly getting a few more opportunities.
Possibly. So it's a different perspective. But that's great. That's great news for Boston actors or New England actors.
I think it should be. There's work, and then you have to be willing to do all the kinds of work that's out there.
Right.
A lot of people, especially when they start out, they have stars in their eyes and think, well, I'm waiting for my series regular. Well, it ain't happening in Boston, people. And there's this uphill battle that one must fight to get representation. That's kind of the linchpin and the key to get opportunities. There's no two ways about that. It's kind of the gatekeepers club. And apart from that, if you're not out shaking the trees for work on your own, it can be perceived as a very dead town. But if you're not on backstage looking for opportunities and you're, not doing the Boston University actors labs and things, you have to either make your own stuff. Get out there and do your own stuff.
So the opportunities are there, but you need to seek them, and you need management.
It's very helpful. Not in Boston necessarily. If someone is aspiring to do work in Boston, I would tell everybody, and I do tell everybody ad nauseum, join Agency Pro for Boston Casting. That is their database where you put your headshot, your sizes, and maybe a full-length picture of you. And answer your frickin' emails when they say, do you want to do background work? I was Johnny on the spot saying yes, yes, yes to everything that came my way. Mm-hmm. And that's how you get known. That's it. The trick is to success, it's hard work. I know. No shortcuts. When you're a background artist and you see that a 12-hour day, the average is a 12-hour day. Mm-hmm. They sometimes say an 8-hour day, but it might be 12 hours. You never know. My poor husband, and Michael, I love you so much for your patience of Joe, because the number of times that I would go to set at 6 o'clock in the morning and not come home until 10 o'clock at night, because I also had to drive 2.5 hours to get to set. Mm-hmm. I know he thinks, I keep using this term and I don't like to bandy about, lightly, crazy, that I'm crazy for doing this stuff, but it's what brings me life. When an actor sees that someone could be delivering lines on a show that may or may not make the final cut, or spending 12-hour days to make $285 and drive 2.5 hours and bring your own wardrobe, a lot of people say, not gonna do it. And if you do that enough, your opportunities disappear. That's the saying no. Mm-hmm. If you say yes and, you will be rewarded.
There you go. In Patrick Stewart's book, he said that when an actor joins the Royal Shakespeare Company, they are expected to sweep the stage every night. And he was shocked later in life to see these actors, these young actors who were freaking out because their M&Ms were peanut and not plain. And he schooled them, and he said, if you have to start at the bottom and you have to do the work and you have to learn everything, there's nothing that's beneath you, and the more you learn, the better off you're going to be. And that always stuck with me, the whole, like, if you're going to be an actor here, sweep the stage and work your way up. So,
on a side note, our family had the good fortune of going to Japan this year.
Yes, I remember that.
And I would encourage everyone to save all your money to go, to see a society that prides itself on pride and respect. However, the key here is it's so clean, you could perform surgery in any public restroom. And one of our guides enlightened us as to why. Starting in kindergarten, very young through high school, each student must clean their desk, their classroom, and the bathrooms every day. Everyone's responsible for cleaning the school every day.
Wow.
So the children are raised within a society that learns someone has to do that job. Everyone is also responsible for keeping everything nice, neat, clean, and orderly, because they know that if they don't do it, someone else will have to do it, and ultimately it reflects bad on the person who didn't do it. So everybody does it.
Wow.
So I think that lesson in discipline and hard work really makes sense. And I should read that book. But
yes.
I think every actor should read that book, because I'm old. Sydney Sweeney, was she a TikTok person before she was? I have no idea.
I don't know where she came from.
But a lot of people think that overnight success is attainable. It is after 10 years of hard work. And that's just the sad fact.
Right.
Or you're an Nepo baby.
Right.
Of all the different types of productions you do, films, commercials, all that stuff, do you have a favorite?
A favorite genre, like films and commercials? Well, okay. Boy, there's so much to be favorited about each one. Movies pay big money.
Okay.
And whenever I've made any money in this field the past 6 years, from small productions, student productions paying $50 for an 8-hour day, or just covering parking, anytime I made money, I plowed it back into the business. I bought better lights or a better camera stand or microphone or what have you. So then I could get better and better and grow within that. So professional film pays really well.
Okay.
So that's a favorite part of professional film.
Sure.
But commercial work is great fun, because you're often working with actual film directors, because commercials are just mini films. And the sets are often just fast and furious and fun. Everybody's there. Everybody knows exactly what they're doing. Bang, bang, bang. One and done. One day, typically out. And talent's on for maybe 4 hours. In and out. Boom. And it pays well. So, that's like a really good world to be in.
You are 62. What's it like auditioning as an older actress?
Well, it feels a lot like when I was a younger actress auditioning. You're just doing the part. You're you're living in the moment as that person. Casting never knows what they want. They truly don't. If you are undeniably awesome and they wanted a Martian for the role and you're not a Martian, but you're undeniably awesome, they're going to book you. They're going to change it and rewrite it. So the job is to just show up and do the work. The hard part as an older person, because it goes for any career, not just acting, is there is a time where 10 o'clock rolls around and I'm on set going, shouldn't I be in bed? No, I lie because I am that person that my chronotype, if you're into chronotype, is late night. So I can rock all night. But I can't do it for too many days in a row. And that's the issue for an older person in any career. Did I pass?
We'll see. I'll grade it afterwards. I do want to talk very briefly about the Boston 48-hour film project, which you did with your daughter, Rebecca. You did.
Oh, thank God.
An amazing short film, and I just wanted to talk about that briefly because it was... I still don't have the words for it.
You saw it? You went to the screening?
I watched it online. I watched the online screening.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
During the 48.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Because it's nowhere to be found.
Right. They just disappear after the 48. It's like it never happened. But I watched it, and it was brilliant. And it was so well executed. My only issue was the subject matter. I'm a
well, you're a guy.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
So, okay, let's talk about that. Yeah. Because the 48-hour film projects, as you know, you are assigned a genre. Pulled out of a hat. You're assigned two. And you can do them both blended or pick one.
Right.
And we pulled silent film.
Oh.
Or film de femme.
I did not know you pulled silent film as an option, because that was just jettisoned right away. Okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, film de femme, my daughter Rebecca and I both looked it up. What really is that? What does that mean? And it's feminine forward, women forward, a woman subject type of thing. And that's where we came up with, she wrote it and named it The Tampact. And it's about a young woman who is of a certain age and yet has not figured out how to insert a tampon. And again, you have to use the prop, which was a teacup, not a tea bag.
Right.
And you had to have a character. Guthrie, what was it?
Camilla Guthrie,
or
yes, a protester.
A protester, right? So that kind of really fit in well for what we pulled off. But my daughter and I did this. She signed up for it in January. She said, "Hey, you want to do a 48?" And I'm like, I always want to fucking do a 48. You kidding me?
You do multiple 48s. Any given year.
This was my fifth 48, I think, or sixth. Whatever. It's been, I love the madcap energy of having to get something done in the can and out the door in 48 hours. Anybody out there want me on their team, call me, because I am a sucker for 48. And I bring costumes, and whatever. I can't keep my mouth shut, so careful. Try not to direct. Or write. Not a writer. People not really going to do that. But so we pulled this together. Other people had approached me to join a team, mm-hmm. and my answer for multiple people was, we're going on this trip to Japan, and we don't know when we're going. So Rebecca and I decided that it's just better to keep it just the two of us, and we filmed it on an iPhone. And, when you have a vision and a story and mother-daughter topic, and we're used to fighting with each other and repairing, and it was just a beautiful thing. And we won Best Use of Genre, mm-hmm. and we won top 3 of the poster contest.
Right.
So our poster was made into a T-shirt, which is a very interesting T-shirt with a large tampon on the front.
Sure. Yep.
Rebecca wore it yesterday when she came over.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing makes me terribly uncomfortable, but I did want to mention it because the two of you put together an amazing film, and I just wanted to mention it because it was really good.
Thank you. Coming from you, a prolific writer and producer, director, creative, that means a lot. Thank you so very much.
You're very welcome. What's something you'd like to do in the future that you haven't done yet?
I think in my heart of hearts, I truly, 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 truly want to be on one of these New York procedurals.
Aha.
I want to be on a TV show with cops and robbers and lawyers and all that.
If anyone is listening and they have any connection with any casting of Law and Order, CSI, any of those, please reach out to us and let us know. We've sort of already touched on this a little bit throughout, but let's have the concise answer. So if people don't listen to any of the rest of this, there's just that one little thing that they can take away, which is, what advice do you give to young actors or actors who are just breaking in?
Be sure your heart is true for how and why you want to pursue this. If it's within you, if it's burning within you and has to come out, then you are obligated to pursue it. If you're going into something so difficult, a subjective field where you have very little within your control for your monetary success, don't do absolutely everything else, anything else, as you pursue things that will support you in that career. Be it training for dance or singing or acting technique. Build your foundation properly, and it will never disappoint you. But if you go into this field, or your parents push you into this field, and you don't want to do it because your parents are forcing you, or you want to do it because you are attached to an outcome, you will never be happy. You cannot be attached to an outcome. Do the work, find the fun and the pleasure in the work, which is the submission, the audition, and then it's out of your hands.
And finally, much as I hate to wrap up because I could just talk to you all day and night, and there are so many stories we haven't even touched on, but what is next for you?
I have to say I'm not sure, because every day unfolds with opportunities for growth, hurdles to overcome, puzzles to solve. I have an idea of where I would like to be, mm-hmm. and that's on a procedural.
Mm-hmm. You made that abundantly clear.
How to connect the dots to get there? I don't know. But I might write a short film. I have a story, a personal story of personal nature that I want to come out. I'm not a writer, like I've already said. Maybe it's a podcast. I don't know. I know there's a desire within me to connect with people beyond TV and film and make a difference in people's lives. And I'm going to make that happen.
Well, let me just say, from my perspective, that you have already made a mark, and you have already affected people's lives in an incredibly positive way, and I can't wait to see how much more of that you do as everything unfolds. I normally just say, okay, thanks, who fill in the name, and we'll see you next time, but this really meant a lot to me to sit down with you, because you're one of my favorite people, and you're certainly my favorite actress. And being able to talk about all of this with you really meant a lot to me, so thank you. I really appreciate you doing this with me. And it's all downhill from here, folks, so enjoy this one, and then the rest of it's crap.
Thank you so very much, Stephen. People come into each other's lives for a season or a reason. You know, I've really enjoyed our time together, and thank you. I'm so honored to be on your podcast and on your PNN and in your lovely home, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And we'll see you all again next time on I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave us a review on Spotify. See you next week for another installment of I Saw You in That Thing I Saw You In.